And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here come the Jets to take over. Led at quarterback by a man back to full health in season number 20 now, and his second one in New York, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up second down. Now Rodgers. He gets that to the longtime Charger. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. On the ground, it's the rookie from Wisconsin. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. And Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
They'll run with Hall. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now it's Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a 1st down, but a big play as well.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful. Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Cardinals offense heading out, and they do so behind Kyler Murray, their dynamic quarterback in his 6th season now from Oklahoma.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss, and despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Jermaine Johnson, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator, asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
They'll try and lay this out for Chosen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
And that is incomplete. Coverage that time by Isaiah Oliver.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he shifts past him. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. The Jets at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. 2nd down and 6 now. They'll give to Hall. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll run with Allen. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hall. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fighting his way through contact. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 5. Rodgers now to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And the Jets are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Throw is Rodgers. He's going to go back at the 13-yard line. Below Nichols in there to take him down. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Rodgers. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. Well, you talk about this Jets defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. 17-0 our score after 1. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. The Jets offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Now a carry for Allen. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now a give right side. It's Allen. About 3 yards there to the 27. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Caught by Allen. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Throwing is Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Rodgers going to throw. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And the lead is now 24. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Well, now how about this return? And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
To throw is Murray. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Here's Murray from midfield. That is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 37. Murray a give. This is Connor. A solid stiff arm. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They run behind center with Connor. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Shotgun now from Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on 3rd down. Rodgers working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Rodgers. Throw right side, complete to Williams. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Now Rodgers. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Buying time. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. A short one here caught by McBride. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the gun, Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. A final shot before half from Murray. That is caught. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Tua Tagovailoa strong in the win as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Jamar Chase, well over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Patrick Mahomes leading the way in the victory as his guys continue. They're 8-1 on the year. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. And they need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
This is Connor running right. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
There's Murray. A short one here caught by McBride. Pulling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Connor. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Jets offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
This completes to Corley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Rodgers now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Allen. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. They stay on the ground with Allen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets have opened the lead up to 30. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll start the drive with a give to Connor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath
settle down and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards that time.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
To throw, it's Murray. To Connor on the check down. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jermaine Johnson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The visitors' offense and Braylon Allen getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he'll have a Jets 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Rodgers. Man open left side, it's Williams. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Allen, call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Straight ahead is home. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's Rodgers to throw. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Now it's Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a handoff up the middle. Allen. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 34. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On third down, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Paul want to give up the middle. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give them a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. That pass completed to Dortch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Murray now. Got a man, it's Robbie Chosen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Connor. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Connor. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Murray. He's got his tight end McBride on the out route. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Complete to Trey McBride. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Goes right back to McBride. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Option play. Here's Hall. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 55 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Up the middle they go. It's Allen. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Rodgers going to throw. His pass out wide to Hall. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A handoff for Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a handoff up the middle. Allen, call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We're facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Screen pass to Connor. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, Maybe you can wind up slowing him down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. .39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Giants, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time, and they'll be